Hey Stitch family, it's Andrew here. This week's community update is a little bit different from normal. It's not an interview with a Stitch member. It's not a recap of latest features or an update about what's happening in the community or a tutorial or anything like that. It's actually a recording of an event that we ran this week, a special event with a guest speaker known as Rhoda Vickers Hendrix. She is famous for the Southern Hospitality blog and has made a name for herself as being a trusted fashion advisor for fashion, style, that sort of thing. Anyway, we held this event, set it up with a focus on dressing for confidence in real life as the world returns to normal and people are starting to get together in person rather than just being on video and so on. And you know that raised a whole lot of questions about, what do I do with my wardrobe and how do I get out of my yoga pants? Anyway, it was a lot of fun, but we got a lot of requests from people. Could we record the session because it was held at a time that, just because of scheduling, that they couldn't make it because they were either in a different time zone or working or so on. So here's the event. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't the sort of thing I ever imagined myself doing, giving fashion advice or at least talking about fashion. If you know me, you know that's probably not my cup of tea, but I found it really interesting because there is a link between how we dress and how we feel about ourselves, the way that we then feel confident, the way we connect with other people at events and in the real world. So if you missed out on the event, or even if you saw it and wanted to watch it another time, here it is. Hope you enjoy it. So look, I'm just going to share out my screen and get on with the show. The event should go for, I'm expecting about an hour, but if everyone gets really excited, we can go longer. And it's really up to all of you to see how we go. So if you've registered for this event, you know it's a Stitch event, Dressing for Confidence IRL in real life with Rhoda Vickers Hendrix, who is on the call with us now. I'm going to do some introductions in a second, just to give you an idea of what we are going to be covering. So we'll get the intros out of the way, who I am, who Rhoda is, what Stitch is, and so on. And then really we'll be diving into the discussion with Rhoda. And this is a very interactive thing. So if you're not aware of how to send questions in via the chat feature in Zoom, just go to the bottom of your screen, or if it's on a phone, sometimes it's on the top, and you just type a question. We'll try to track the questions as the presentation's going, and we can ask Rhoda some questions there. We'll do a Q&A section as well at the end, but it's going to be very relaxed. And then if we can make it work, we'll have a feedback discussion, social get together for those people who want to hang on the call and enjoy things that way. So without further ado, into the introductions. I'm Andrew Dowling. Many of you know me, but some of you probably don't. I am the founder and CEO of both Stitch and our not-for-profit charity, Wipe Out Loneliness. And given that most people actually are members of Stitch, I probably don't want to go on too long, but for those of you who are new to the community, I thought it was worth giving you a little bit of an understanding of what the Stitch community is actually all about, but also why we're having this particular event with Rhoda today. And so you might be aware that Stitch is a website and an app with events and activities that help you connect with other people around the world. In fact, we're the world's largest now over 50s community, activity and social community built by members for members. But it's not an app. That's the thing. It is actually a community. We've got members all over the world. And the reason we originally started Stitch is we stumbled onto this idea that I think a lot of us are now familiar with, is that there is something even worse for our health than either smoking or obesity. And it's true if you are in your 80s or in your 50s, whether you're a man or a woman, and that is loneliness. And as we age, becoming isolated, actually, it's not an unusual thing. It's more a normal part of aging because there are all these factors that can put pressure on our social circles as we age, whether it's divorce or relocating or our friends relocating, illness, and of course, we lose people. And so we build a community really built around this idea that as we get to a certain age, we need to change our thinking about reinvigorating, reaching out, and constantly making new connections which is hard to do. It can be challenging to do, but that's what Stitch is about. And it's all about members creating events and activities and things to do and ways to connect with other people. So we've had literally tens of thousands of member-driven events and activities across the community. And prior to the pandemic, a lot of it was stuff like this, in-person activities, whether it's dinner and drinks and information and games and so on. But of course, once coronavirus came along and we're all doing this sort of thing a lot more often, the community morphed to include a lot of online activities. In fact, that became, I guess, for the last 12 months or so, it's become it was the major aspect of our social life, was doing things online. And, there's interest groups for pretty much anything you can name. One thing that's great about online activities is, well, you don't need to change your clothes, you don't need to get out of your house, but you can also meet people with a whole range of interests from around the world. And on today's call, we've got people from the UK and Portugal, Australia, the US, you name it. But one of the challenges as the world kind of starts swinging back to normal, by the way, we've also got in the community interest groups and online discussions and ways to find members in your area. So it's all built around building social connections. Very, very important aspect of life. And as I mentioned, we've got members and communities all over the world now, which is great. But as we move from trying to get our way out of the pandemic crisis, we're seeing the community moving from the predominant of people doing a lot of online connections through back to that in-person, getting things, meeting people together in person again. And that's fantastic. I mean, it's really, really cool to meet people on the other side of the world, but it's also fantastic to meet people in your local area, get out there and do something active or interesting. But there's some challenges to doing that. And particularly one of the things that comes up a lot, I've been to lots and lots of events where we have new members come along and they're quite apprehensive about meeting complete strangers for the first time. You'll see at the end of this event, if you meet a few members, that it actually, once you've broken that ice, it's very, very easy and people are very welcoming. But at first it can be quite intimidating. And one of the things that comes up again and again and again is this idea that people feel underconfident. So confidence is a really, really key part of people willing to put themselves out there and get out to meet people in person. And so one of the things that came up when we were talking about just this idea of confidence, there's a lot of aspects to it, but particularly probably more so for our female members, but applies to males and men and women as well, is a lot of people, as we transition from wearing our sweatshirts and pajamas for 2 years, confidence in what we wear has a big factor in how we feel about ourselves. And so that's where Rhoda comes in. So, I've lost my screen here. So Rhoda is on the call with me. I'm going to share her out once I get my slides off here. So some of you probably have already checked out Rhoda's website and know a bit about her, but for those who haven't, she is pretty exceptional. She's been a pioneer in home and fashion blogging community. She started blogging probably before blog was actually a word, or many of us had heard the word about blogging, for over 15 years. And she's turned her passion and her interest into a sustainable business at the age of 50, which is really cool, quite inspiring, and something I think some of you might want to ask about. Her focus is on kind of budget-friendly home decor, home improvement, fashion, and she's got a big following of readers who visit her blog. It's called southernhospitalityblog.com, and we can look at that a bit later. And things like recipes, over 50s inspiration, travel, you name it. She founded, what did she say here? A DIY conference, Haven Conference in Atlanta. She's from Georgia. And lives in the suburbs with her husband, Mark, and her sweet pup, Daisy. And so with that, I'm just going to stop my sharing, Rhoda, so you can be on screen here. And welcome. Very, very excited to have you.
Thank you, Andrew. I'm very happy to be here, and welcome to all of you. I'm excited to talk about this topic today. It's something that I'm really interested in. So I'll tell you just a little bit about my blog. As Andrew said, I have been blogging for 15 years. And I was 50 when I started my blog. So you can do the math on that. But I absolutely love what I do. And as an over 50, over 60 person myself, I know how important it is to make friends and make those connections. And blogging's allowed me to make a lot of connections with a lot of people all over the world too. And especially in the States. As you can tell, I'm from the South. I was born and raised in the South, and I've got a little Southern accent going. But I love blogging. I love talking about decorating and home decor and DIY projects, as well as fashion. Fashion's always been something that I've been interested in. So when Andrew asked me to join the community here and talk about fashion, that was easy for me to do. So we've all been inside more than ever the last couple of years. I was just as guilty as everyone else. I work at home anyway. So it made COVID pandemic and all made it all of us a lot. It made us all more easy to just stay in our sweatpants and our yoga pants and not really try very hard because we weren't going that many places. So as things are opening up, my state's been open for a long time, like a year and a half or so. But I know many other areas of the world and the country have not been opened up that long, or you're just starting to open back up again. So as we get back out, it's very important to be confident in what we wear and how we present ourselves. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to put together outfits and think about what you're wearing, and so that it boosts your mood and your confidence. Because when we go out the door and we meet people, our first impression is very important when we meet people. And the way you feel about yourself, the way you present yourself, the way you're dressed, it doesn't have to be expensive by any means. My fashion is very budget friendly. So it's not about spending a lot of money on fashion. It's just about feeling confident in what you choose to wear. So
Rhoda, before we go into the details there, I don't want to lose sight of the fact that you started this whole thing because age 50 is a key age for us in Stitch, because that's the age you need to be when you join. And and the reason we picked that age is a lot of people are kind of starting their second wind when it comes to, what do they do now? They've had their initial, whether it's their career or their family or relationships or whatever, and it's like, okay, well, what's next? And that stage of life is we don't really focus on the number. It's more just that way of thinking. So I am interested. You started this whole thing at age 50. At that time, were you thinking this was going to be a career, or was it just totally a hobby? Or at what point did it become actually a career?
Well, that's a great question, because when I started blogging, just as all of my friends that I have started blogging, a lot of them started blogging back when I did too. None of us had any clue whatsoever that it was going to turn into a business. I was very excited about the internet when it came out, and I was full on board jumping into the internet and learning all about that. So at age 50, a few of my friends were starting blogs, and so I decided to just on a whim start a blog too. And decorating was one of the things that I was really interested in. So it made sense to start a blog about decorating. And so I was sharing my home projects and my home decorating pictures and all that. And so that was one of the first times when all that happened that you could actually go online and see real people's homes and not just magazines. So it was a very exciting time. It was just a developing, pioneering of being online and sharing your life and sharing with other people what your passions are and what you do. And so, it took about 4 years of just a hobby blog before it started moving into something that I could make money at. I should actually jump in right here, because someone asked the question, what is blobbing? And that's probably my Australian accent not being clear. It's blogging, and it is the most infuriating term, because it doesn't make any sense to me at all. It started with the term, as most things on the internet start, people shorten or combine two words. So it actually is short for weblog. So when the internet first started, there's a question from William in Sydney. When the internet first started, not when it first started, but when people started doing this, they would write these logs. So it's like a online diary, or just posting your thoughts and articles. And it just became truncated to weblog, blog. Wow. So it's not intuitive, but just for anyone who was wondering what that was, that's what it means. Yes, that's right. But anyway, it was a slow transition into making this a business. But as the internet grew and as more people were online, it was just the natural ground floor level of making something a business online. And now there are thousands and thousands, probably millions of people now that run websites and make a living online. So I'm just one of many that are doing this now. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I've had to do that. And it's been a learning process, but it's been absolutely wonderful.
And I don't want to hold up the main focus of the event, but if people do want to get into this topic in the Q&A, you might have some questions about this particular idea. Okay, well, what does that mean? How do you create it as a business, and how do you make money from writing your thoughts online and so on? Because I guarantee there's plenty of people on this call with interests and passions, but it's pretty cool to know you can turn your interest and passion into something that sustains you as well. Yeah. All right. So, and then the other question, just feeding into this whole idea of confidence, because in my view, the important thing is it's about how you feel, and it's a weird thing because you go, I don't want to spend my time doing stuff for other people and impressing other people, but of course it comes back to making you feel confident, because if you feel confident and relaxed in yourself, and this is true in all aspects, but if you feel relaxed in yourself, you are way more likely to open yourself up to talking to someone new, meeting someone new, all that sort of stuff. Yes. And I'll often advise our members, if they're really, really nervous about an in-person event, to just know that the people you're about to meet, some of them are your future best friend. Like, these people love you. They don't know you yet, but they love you. It helps with your confidence. But that mindset, are you naturally a confident person before you started all this, or is this something you've kind of grown into through your hobbies and interests?
I think blogging has made me more confident, really, because you can hide behind a computer and not really show yourself to people. They just see if you're not doing video or anything like that, they're just seeing your written word, and you can't always tell someone's personality that way. So I think being online and sharing pictures and videos on social media, that sort of thing, it's definitely given me more confidence. It has.
Yeah, cool.
All that's been a growing process, but it's been really one of the best things that's ever happened to me, to have a business online and have my own work for myself and set my own schedule and my own hours. It's been wonderful. So I can't speak highly enough about that. It's been a wonderful second career for me. I spent 30 years in the corporate world. So I did all that. And then when I started my blog, I wasn't working during that time. And so I just decided to start that for fun. And here we are 15 years later.
All right. Well, let's get into it then. I do see that someone's got their virtual hand up. Just in the interest of managing logistics, if you've got a question, we're not going to open up audio just yet. So if you've got a question, please type it into the chat. And I should have, before we got going, to mention that on the call, we've also got Anastasia from Stitch, and Kirsten and Brian, who are part of the extended Stitch team who've helped organise this event for us. So they're going to be monitoring the questions and feeding through to everybody. And I'll just unmute them if they need to. It looks like you guys got muted for some reason. So welcome, Anastasia, Kirsten and Brian. And would you like me to share out any of yours? Just let me know when you want me to share out those photos at all, Rhoda, but I'll just leave it in your hands.
Okay, well, we're gonna talk about, like I said, getting out of yoga pants and boosting your confidence and putting on some clothes that you feel good in. So the first thing we're going to talk about is jeans. Now, I'm a jeans girl. I'm a very casual person most of the time. And so since I work at home, I don't have to dress up a lot anymore. So you really won't find me really dressed up in heels and dresses and really pantsuits, that sort of thing. I just don't dress that way anymore because I don't have to. So my wardrobe is a lot more casual. So raise your hand if you're a jeans fan. Who wears jeans? Yeah. Okay. Most of you do. Okay. Well, the good news is jeans have come such a long way. So, Andrew, if you've got any of those jeans pictures that you want to put up, that would be great.
All right. Let me just see what I've got here.
Jeans have come a long way. So, I was a teenager in the 70s when bell bottoms were all the rage, and we all wore bell bottoms back then. And so now the great thing is jeans are still very popular. And I love wearing jeans. There's so many different kinds of jeans. There are, I'll show you a few. The staples in my wardrobe are.
Can you see that on your screen there, Rhoda? You've got this. Actually,
yeah. Yes.
We had a. Sorry for everyone's. I'm just going to change this so you can see. We had a bit of a technical issue just before the event where the photographs got stuck in a spam folder. So I'm quickly trying to assemble the photos because they literally arrived 3 minutes ago.
That's good. That's
good. If I put them back up on the screen there, are you able to see? Yeah, you've got some blue ones and some white ones and some darker.
Yeah, blue jeans are of course a staple. Now I've got skinny jeans in my wardrobe. I've got what's called boyfriend jeans, where you kind of roll up the hems a little bit. And I've also got flared jeans in my wardrobe. So I love white jeans and I love blue jeans and I love black jeans because they're all so versatile. So as you can see in these outfits, I take them and make a different look with them just by what I put with them. Like the white jeans picture, you can see I've got on casual tennis shoes with those, with a casual jacket, a little striped shirt and a belt. But that's a cute look because, I mean, that could go anywhere. You could go out to dinner in that. You could go shopping in that. I add jackets and long cardigans to jeans to really kind of dress them up a little bit. Wearing booties, the half boots and the short boots with those in the wintertime. I love layering pieces. And that's what you're seeing in these pictures is just layering blouses with cardigans over them. And it's great. If it's a little chilly outside or cold, those are really good for wintertime. And adding a colorful jacket on top of a pair of jeans is a great way to accent those and go out to casual or dressy kind of thing. So it really makes a difference if you put on heels or not. At this stage in life, this is about the heel that I wear most of the time. If I'm going to go out somewhere, I don't wear really high heels anymore. I used to. I love shoes. But as we get older, I think comfort is a little more important in that. But you can still wear lower heels like those booties that I'm wearing. Those are very low heels, but they make you feel a little more dressed up than just flats. But I do wear flats a lot. I wear tennis shoes a lot. And I wear wedge shoes like this in the summertime a lot. But those are my staples and how I change the look of those. And that's a great way to put a wardrobe together. Get yourself some basic, nice jeans that have different cuts, and then layer in your tops. I love striped t-shirts. I love blouses that have long sleeves. I love sweaters that are warm in the summertime. So that's how I do that. I mix it up. I get summer tops. I love color, so I usually add some color in there. But a basic nice pair of jeans with a classic crisp white blouse is always a good look. You can dress that up or dress that down wherever you're going to meet whatever need that you're in at the time. So okay.
So Rhoda, we have actually two things. We have Amber. She left a comment saying that belly bottoms are back in style.
They are.
Which just goes to show, isn't it, that, a good pair of jeans is really timeless. You'll wear it in one decade and they'll come back in style a couple of decades later.
That's absolutely true. I was in a couple of stores yesterday and it really made me smile at the bell-bottom jeans I saw. And all of that, well, as they say, everything comes back around again. And that's very true. The 70s fashion is definitely coming back around. And I've even seen some people with heavily patterned floral jeans or pants with bell bottoms out lately. So that's a real throwback to the 60s and 70s.
I don't know, Rhoda. My experience is that I keep my clothes thinking it's going to come around, and then I finally hang on, I finally get rid of it, and then about next year, that's when it comes back.
Yeah, well, that happens too, because usually when it comes back around, it may have a slight update for the new look, maybe. So sometimes the old clothes really don't make it the second time around, but the style is emulated somewhat when it comes around again. But yeah, there's really nothing new out there. It's just all recycled all the time. Fashion is the same way, as I'm sure you've all noticed too. If you've been following fashion over the decades, that's just how it works. But I'm a fairly classic dresser. But if you're quirky, if you like kind of wild, out there kind of things, then go for it. I think everybody has their own personality and how they like to dress. So whatever makes you feel happy and nice and comfortable and confident, then wear that. So that would be my advice for everybody. Because I see a lot of fashion bloggers and a lot of women on Instagram these days, and some of them are way more out there in the way they dress than I am. I'm more safe and more classic, but that's just my style, what I've come to at my age. And also classic dressing is always going to be appropriate. But,
and I think, Rhoda, one thing I noticed looking at these images, I think a lot of people, when they think, oh, I'm going to this event, it's at a restaurant or somewhere where I'm expected to dress up maybe, and they might think, well, maybe jeans are too casual. But as you see, if you're dressing it up with, like, particularly the long stuff that you have on, it really makes it. I don't look at them and think they're casual. You look quite dressed up in those jeans. So it's something to bear in mind when people are getting themselves ready to go out.
Yes, I agree with that. Adding the long sweater, that really takes it up a notch. It's a lot more dressed up than just sneakers or just a t-shirt. Jeans and t-shirt is the ultimate casual dress, but there's so much more you can do with jeans by just adding those special things. As far as jewelry and things like that go, that's some of my favorite things to do too, is wear jewelry. I wear lots of bracelets. I layer bracelets, and you can probably see some of that in those pictures, but I love long necklaces. I love to layer them. I love pearls. Pearls are a great way to dress up jeans. If you put on pearls with a nice pair of jeans and a nice top with a jacket, pearls are just that elegant touch that really, really look great. So add the jewelry. I'm a very much a jewelry lover. So I love adding the jewelry and the layers. That's just the extra layer. It's like the finishing touch on your house when you add accessories and jewelry to an outfit. I love earrings. I love bracelets, necklaces, all of that. So that's another way that you can really project your personality, is the type of jewelry that you like. Some people like small, dainty jewelry. I like kind of bold, really, showy kind of jewelry. I love that. But
we have a question from Vincent. So one of our males on the call, and he's saying, well, his question was, women seem to like the tight jeans, but what about men? Are loose jeans appropriate? So do you have any tips for our men on the call?
For men? Yeah, I think loose jeans are fine. Honestly, I've noticed with the younger men that the skinny jeans are really in for the younger men, and most of them in their 20s and 30s are wearing those kind of short cropped skinny jeans. Honestly, I mean, it looks very GQ. It can, but it doesn't always look age appropriate or very manly, honestly, to me. I think a man in a classic pair of jeans looks the best. That's just me. But I've noticed that the skinny jean trend has really, really carried over to men too. And it's not that masculine looking, honestly, to me. Not.
Yeah.
I would be curious what everybody else thinks, but that's my take on it.
One of the designers who used to work with us, he was a young fellow, and he had jeans that were so tight he couldn't sit down.
Oh my!
So I know what you mean. Yeah, no, you could never picture wearing them. But I think, back to this idea of confidence. It is. I can't stress enough this idea of like finding what makes you feel comfortable, and then figuring out a way. And Vincent asked a question about shirt tucked in or tucked out. The great thing these days is there's a lot of flexibility. People are willing, back 20 or 30 years ago, you would be frowned upon if you didn't wear a jacket to certain places. And it's still for lots of places, but a lot more flexibility. So you can wear it untucked. It's just whatever you feel comfortable with and makes you feel relaxed, because you can get away with anything.
You can. That's true. So, yeah, you can get away with anything nowadays. It's a lot more, our society in general is a lot more relaxed than it used to be. That's very true. But for men, I mean, I have a husband. I help him dress sometime, but he dresses himself most of the time. And he wears jeans a lot. He wears regular long sleeve shirts that are out. He doesn't tuck them in all the time. He wears sweaters and that kind of thing. So, I say just be comfortable. And, depending on, my husband has some weight around his middle, so he doesn't tuck things in all the time. Honestly, it looks better to leave it out. If you've got extra weight around the middle, it just looks better. So.
Do you have other questions in there too, Anastasia? Did you any that you wanted to touch on now?
Yeah, so we've got Linda from Colorado. She was saying, if your hips are wider, what type of jeans would you recommend for that body shape?
I would probably go for something with a flare at the bottom. Not huge bell bottoms, but flared jeans at the bottom, because it kind of balances out the hip, I think. It just it makes the eye go down. If they're so fitted all the way down to the knee and then flare out a little bit, it just sort of balances out the waistline, I think. Yes.
And no, that's good, because I've had that same problem all my life, and that's the same advice. All the magazines tell you as well.
Yes.
And one more thing, in terms of color, we have Doug. So he had a question about color. He goes, blue and green should not be seen without a color in between. So is that more important than what one is wearing?
Blue and green?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm following that.
It looks like it's a saying, blue and green should not be seen without a color in between. I've never heard that one before.
I've not heard that either, ever.
Yeah. I was told similar things around when I was younger, around what was it, browns and blacks together, but that's all. Some of those rules. Then suddenly browns and blacks together were fashionable. I think rules are made to be broken.
They are. They totally are. Just like you can't wear white jeans after Labor Day and all that. I mean, we break those too.
Well, that's over our heads from the Australian audience, because Labor Day it's a different day.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, that's an American thing. But, when we were growing up, it was always jeans between May and Labor Day, and then white jeans and no white after Labor Day. But I think that's another rule that's meant to be broken. So again, do what you're comfortable with.
Brilliant.
Definitely. Okay, I think we can move on now.
Yeah, do you want me to move to the next slide?
Yeah, do you have any black pants?
I don't actually know what came through. No, I think those ones didn't come through, the pants ones.
Okay.
So we might just need to talk to them. Do you want me to go back to the jean slide so people can just use their imagination?
Yeah, that's fine. I think black pants are another staple that you need in your wardrobe. I've got black pants and black leggings. And so those are another thing that can be intermixed a lot with different tops and things like that.
So people can zoom you up if they need to.
Yeah, I really love colorful colors. And so with black, you can really mix so many things. I love stripes, and I love neutral stripes. That's more neutral. Really, anything looks good with black. And I'm a huge black and white fan when it comes to clothing. So black pants and white tops are always going to be a classic look. And you can really dress those up with jewelry or a scarf or something like that. Scarves are another fun way to mix things up. You can do colorful scarves with black, but really black, I think, is very much a staple in your wardrobe. You're going to want to have some good black pants in your wardrobe. I've got kind of straight leg black pants that I wear, and black leggings that I wear with tunics, long tunics and all, and just mix up the scarves. I'm also a huge fan of leopard print. And I think a lot of women my age probably are. We kind of grew up liking leopard print, and I love leopard print. I love mixing it in my wardrobe. This is a scarf, and I have purses with leopard, and I have shoes with leopard. I have flat shoes. I have heels. I have tennis shoes with leopard. But leopard just works. It's like a neutral almost. It works with so many things. And so again, with the black pants, there's just endless possibilities with black pants and white tops. And so I've got lots of black and white in my wardrobe, and it always works together really well. And also,
but just the question on the leopard, because someone said how much leopard print in an outfit is too much. On Amber said she's actually in a leopard top and shoes right now, so definitely can get away with leopard top and shoes.
Yeah, I've done leopard top and shoes. I think that's fine. You don't want to go like a leopard dress and leopard shoes and you don't want to go head to toe leopard. I don't think that's a little bit overboard probably, but honestly, it looks really good with just a touch. Like a pair of shoes with a leopard belt looks really good, or shoes with a leopard purse looks really good. So I try to just do that. If I'm wearing a leopard top, I usually do a solid shoe. But again, it's fun to mix it up. But I wouldn't go head to toe leopard, all leopard.
Up until the leopard part, you had me thinking that all the recommendations right now apply equally to men and women, jeans and color and black pants. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know I can pull off the leopard pants.
You're probably right. That might not be something the guys want to go for. But leopard's been around for so long, decades in fashion. And it's been in and out. But really, it's really a classic now, I think, for women. Look, and
brilliant.
Do you raise your hand if you like leopard? Who likes leopard? Anybody? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, quite a few.
Several of you. Good. Okay. Well, it's just fun. I love it. I've got lots of it, and it's just fun to wear. So have fun with it. But again, with black pants, there's so many ways that you mix those up. Like this is a it's kind of a biker jacket, and these are fun to wear. These kind of jackets, and so it's really fun. You could really dress up some black pants with a jacket like this. And this is another jacket that I love that is fun to wear. It's kind of quilted, and it's got piping around it. It's black. And you can really dress up an outfit with just the right kind of jacket too.
I might even have a photo of you in that jacket.
Yeah, you probably
slides. Yeah, with the dog. I'll come back to that at the end. Okay. Just a time check. We might want to move on to the dresses because there's probably a fair bit to cover off there too.
That's fine. Yeah, dresses are also fun.
I'll just share on my screen because I've got the ones that you sent through there.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. As you can see, I really like maxi dresses. At my age now, I just don't like showing my legs all that much anymore. So I feel more comfortable in long dresses. But if you've got great legs, show them off. I say do it. I've got kind of skinny legs and I don't love showing them off as much anymore. So I like my dresses long, and I have fun with the maxi dresses. There's plenty of them out there. I go midi or maxi pretty much on the dresses now. But
so just to my own ignorance. So maxi means super long, does it?
Yeah, maxi is long. Midi is more like the black dress there. That's a little bit shorter. It's below the knee, but not quite as long as maxi. Yeah.
Right.
But they are very fun to mix up and all. Again, I love the leopard. This is a Chico's leopard print dress. And it's just fun because with these kind of dresses too, you can wear flats. Some of these I've got flip-flops on. Mm-hmm. Some of them I've got wedge sandals on. So these kind of dresses are great for spring and summer because you can really mix things up. And the jewelry, the jackets, these are great for layering. And so I have fun with dresses. So if you like dresses, then go for dresses because there's always something you can do with a dress.
You mentioned jackets with dresses, right? There's no jackets in these photos.
No, but just depending on what the temperature is outside. Here in the South in the summer, we tend not to wear jackets much at all because unless we're inside in air conditioning. But I would put I've got jeans jackets. I've got blue jeans jackets and white jeans jackets. A lot of times I'll just throw one of those on with a dress, and that looks really good. It's a casual look, but still sort of pulled together and looks good. But lots of little jackets you can add to dresses like this. But jeans jackets are great for your wardrobe. So I've got, like I said, the regular jeans jacket, blue jeans jacket, and white jeans jacket. Those are great to have on hand too.
We just had a question from Carla, which I think probably worth me mentioning. I should have said this earlier. Just owing to the technology issues, when I'm sharing the screen, you can actually see Rhoda when she's talking, but you need to choose, depending on if you're on a computer, you just choose the view to show the camera as well. But I will, some people might not have seen what you were just showing. So what I will do, I'll just take off because you had a couple of, you had I think you said the leopardy printy one.
Yeah, this is
that one there. Yeah.
This is a leopard long dress from Chico's that I have. It's real silky material. It wears well. It packs well. So these are the kind of dresses that I go for all the time. This one's long too. It's to the ankles. And I could wear heels with this, or I could wear flats with this and put a jacket with it. And it would be very versatile for pretty much any situation that you're going in. Yeah.
Brilliant. All right. So they were all the photos that I got through from you, Rhoda. Were there anything else you wanted to show?
Well, I was going to touch on makeup real quick. I know everybody's got their own ideas on makeup. Makeup is another thing to me that really is a confidence booster. If you don't wear makeup, a little bit just makes such a difference, I think. I've been wearing makeup since I was a teenager, so that's always been something that I do. I don't wear it every day, but it does make me feel much better if I put on makeup. And actually, my makeup routine only takes about 10 minutes or so. I don't spend hours on my makeup, but I use a CC cream, which is real easy to apply. I use a brush to put it on and just lightly go over your face with that. A good moisturizer, of course, with a sunscreen is always good. I sometimes use a mineral powder, which is real good. And so really just adding blush a little. If you don't need foundation, don't wear it. Adding some color on your eyes is a real good confidence booster too. And a good lipstick color really helps you too when you're going out. So to me, if you put something on your eyes and your lips and maybe a little blush on your cheeks, it just makes you feel and look really, really good when you're going out. So
I'm interested in the psychology of the confidence factor from makeup, because obviously, well, not obviously, but in case you're not aware, I haven't worn makeup my entire life. But I am married to someone who does, and she agonizes endlessly over, is this the right, like she's got two lipsticks and they're not too different, but is it the right one and everything. My theory is, having had a lifetime of just this routine of always wearing makeup and doing this sort of stuff, she feels as though if she's not wearing it, something's wrong. So it's almost like that repetition has built this sense of confidence. But by the same token, if she hadn't done that her entire life, I think she looks great without makeup. So this idea of if you need it, great, or if you do it for yourself, as opposed to, I'm interested rather than necessarily having to impress someone.
No, that's true too. My husband actually doesn't love makeup either. So, but I know when I put it on, I know I look better with makeup. And I can tell when he sees me with makeup, he kind of brightens up and he likes that. Even though he'll say that he really doesn't like makeup. He doesn't like overly made up. I'll say that. He doesn't like heavy, overly made up women. But really, my makeup routine has gotten lighter over the years, and I don't wear a whole lot anymore. I don't do the heavy face at all. But to me, if you do a light touch and with a natural look and a pretty lipstick color and put mascara on and a little eyeshadow, it does make a world of difference. I think most women do look better with makeup. But again, do what makes you feel comfortable. So that's my suggestion.
Few interesting comments on the makeup. Someone said that she thought Amber says a good skin routine is better than makeup, and again, I think that's probably it's about how it makes you feel. Yes. What color of makeup looks good for older women? Was one of the questions. I guess that depends on your skin type and everything.
It does, too. Yeah. If you're not into makeup that much, I would suggest going to some place like Ulta or Sephora. and let somebody help you pick something for yourself. There's so many different makeups out there, so you can find something that works for your skin tone and type, and something that you're comfortable with without going super heavy, cakey, and all that. So to me, a lighter touch for older women is best. A lighter touch.
I also have a 16-year-old daughter who has demonstrated that changing fashions. So back in my day, people didn't use fake tan, but these girls, it's quite normal for them all to be going out to their party, and they're all, as far as I can tell, bright orange. But in their mind, that's how you have to look. So things are, often people do it for each other, and I'm not sure that's super healthy. I really am a big one in doing it for making yourself feel good.
That's
and
true.
Particularly bringing it back to what we're talking about with Stitch is you're going out to enjoy yourself. You're going out there to meet new people and have a good time, enrich your life. We don't want you stressing over what that's likely to be. It's very much about making you feel comfortable. And actually, in the context of making new connections, what you want to look is approachable and just yourself. You just want to look natural. If you look like, I don't know, speaking personally, if someone rocked up and they looked like Nicole Kidman or something like that, I'd probably be less inclined to talk to them because I'd be a bit intimidated. But someone who just looks normal, I'm just going to feel much more happy to talk to. So anyway, just something to bear in mind on the makeup thing. Don't put pressure on yourself. And if you're coming to a Stitch event, please don't put pressure on yourself. It's all about being yourself.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. Yes, we all have to do what we feel good, what's good for us. So.
Great question from Carla. Recommendations for first date outfits. Oh, I'm not going to touch that one, but over to you on that.
I would probably go, depending on where you're going, I would probably, again, stick with jeans and just pull together a nice polished jean outfit, whether you're comfortable in wedges or flats or whatever. Pull together a pair of jeans, a nice top and a jacket, some jewelry and nice shoes, and you're ready to go.
Brilliant. All right. So my screen is doing something very strange on me now. We're kind of in the middle of the Q&A part of everything anyway. So people are throwing out all those questions.
Yeah, that's fine.
We've got about 10 minutes left. So if anyone had any burning questions for Rhoda right now, we can do that. And then if you would want, I'm interested in people's thoughts on this. Stitch members know a lot of the events I run on a monthly basis. At the end, we'll do some breakout sessions where everyone gets in a smaller group and just have a chat about, meet each other, and discuss what we've covered, and maybe come back and share a few things. Do people want to do that, or do you want to stick with Rhoda right now? Because I'm very conscious of if you sit for an hour not saying a single word, you start to get a little bit crazy. Well, I do. So I want to give people the opportunity to talk. So we can either do it all now as a big group, or would you like to do it in a breakout? So Jan's got to vote for stay here. All right. So if we're going to stay here, I need people to put their hand up, and we'll throw over to you to ask a question. And I'll just do it as we go. So Sheila from Reno, Nevada, and then I'll go to Carla. Sheila.
I'll stay here.
Stay. Oh, sorry. I thought you had a question for what we're doing. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. Look, we've got a few. I think, given that it's a very. I have a social get together tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow or on Thursday for the community. So we'll do the breakouts then. For those who can attend. If you can't, I'm sorry. Let's cover off questions here because we've got only a few more minutes of Rhoda's time, precious time. So why don't we cover any questions that you've got? Just stick your hand up. I'll take you off mute and you can ask the question, or you can throw it into the chat as we're doing. So Carla.
Yeah, I've had a bilateral mastectomy and never had a reconstruction. Mm-hmm. And I hate wearing the prosthesis. They get in the way of everything.
Yeah.
I'm larger around the hips. Any recommendations on, I can't wear anything that's too V-cut because it'll show off scars I don't want to show off.
Right. My mother actually went through that too, and she did not get reconstruction. So I know how that is.
Okay.
I would say just wear something that maybe maybe is higher cut, but has some detail on it, like some embroidery or something like that. And, the ruffles are real popular now. Like this top I've got on right now is very ruffled. So maybe add some ruffles. That's a very feminine detail, and those are very popular now, some ruffles. But don't feel like you have to try to show cleavage or anything like that. Just wear something.
Those days are gone.
Yeah.
Those days are just gone.
And that's fine. That is fine. Just wear something that you feel comfortable in. And because like I said, there's so many cute tops out there with details on them that would just draw the eye to your face even. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I have to apologize, everyone. My screen, I can only see half of the group, and I can't get back. It's just not letting me see the other one. So if you do have a question, and if you put your hand up and I can see you, great. But if you're waving your hand like crazy and you're going, why is Andrew ignoring me? It's because I can't see you on my screen. And so I'm very sorry. You'll just have to post a question in the chat if that's okay. But I do have, unfortunately, I'm on the second screen where half the people don't have their camera on, so I can't see most of you. If you do have a question, please just let me know and through the chat.
Well, Sherry left a great comment for Carla. So she said, why not use a nice scarf? If you're conscious about that area. Sorry, there's always that. So thank you, Sherry.
Great idea.
Yeah. And also Amber, she said, there are a whole lot of inserts and things you can buy to cover up the cleavage area. So definitely great suggestions there.
All right, got Jean from Charlestown, Massachusetts. I'm guessing that is.
I must say, I love the COVID with I wake up and it's what color t-shirt do I wear today with my leggings? It's just heaven. And my closet, I seem unable to throw anything away. My closet is just full of clothes. And God. I can't dare to open the door and pull something out. Any hints about like what to keep and what not to keep?
Yeah, I mean, do you have a friend that could come over and help you with that? Because sometimes you need a friend that's going to be brutally honest and tell you, okay, you got to get rid of some of this, and maybe help you go through there. But I would go through it with a very keen eye, look for things that you're absolutely not going to wear anymore, and get rid of them. If they're sitting in your closet for years and you're not wearing them, it's time to let go.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
There's one question. I think I probably can't see Reginette on my screen, but she says, "Is it okay to wear jeans without a belt?"
Yes, I do it all the time. I don't tuck things in my jeans all the time. Most of my tops I wear out anyway. So yeah, absolutely.
And I think I had a hand up from Don. Don, were you asking a question?
Yes, as a man, I like to stand out. I wouldn't be caught dead with my shirt tail out and wearing tennis shoes. I've got a dozen pair of boots. I like to dress red jacket. And,
and that's fine.
I want to be the guy in the crowd that catches some attention.
Yeah, that's great. Nothing wrong with that. I think people have gotten way more casual, but if you feel better dressing up more, then by all means do that. And women will appreciate that.
Thank you.
There's a nice comment from, a couple of nice comments in there, but I just saw one from Cherry saying, Rhoda showed a beautiful, colourful scarf, and Chico's has a staff that has some consultants online in the store that can recommend flattering and stylish clothes. So that's probably help. And I really like Jan's comment about the question about throwing things away from Jean. She said, hold it. Does it spark joy? If not, let it go.
Right. Yes. That's a Marie Kondo thing.
Sure is.
The organizer. Somebody just asked me a question. Rhoda, where did you get something? Can you see that one?
Beautiful colored scarf.
Oh, okay. Was it this one? Is that it?
Yes, Sherry's nodding her head. Yes.
This it came from an online shop, and I do not recall right now where it was from. I would have to really dig that out to find out where it's from, but it's reversible. So maybe just look for colorful reversible scarves. This one has a stripe on one side and floral on the other side. So online shopping is what I do a lot. So I do a lot of searches online for things I'm looking for, and hopefully you could turn something up that way.
Well, Rhoda, I've got bad news for you. It's 1 minute to the top of the hour when we promised we'll be stopping there. So we've got one last question, and it looks like Linda got in with it, which was, should I wear solid colors or are prints okay for her?
Both are fine. Whatever you like. I think you should just, do your personality, share your personality and show your personality. If you like prints, I like prints. I've got a lot of print things. And like this top's got a lot of print. It's a paisley with lots of colors, but I also like solid colors too. So, and some people dress just in neutrals. I know friends that dress just all neutral and everything mixes together really easy. And so they do that. But I think we should all dress for our personality. And I love color and I like wearing color. I like wearing prints. I like solids. So just mix it all up any way you want to.
Love it. All right, everyone. Look, thank you so much. Thanks, Rhoda, for all of that. Please, I will share links to, I've already shared links to everyone on the Stitch event and on Eventbrite to Rhoda's blog.
Yes.
But we'll also
please come
post.
See me. Please come.
I'm sure people can, do you engage with questions and answers on your articles and so on?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm on Instagram under Southern Rhoda if you're on Instagram. So that's a great way to connect with me too.
Brilliant. Thanks, Kirsten and Brian, for organising. Thanks, Anastasia, for helping out. And thanks, everyone, for coming along. Love those questions. Love the positive energy. And great to see some of you. I haven't seen some of you for a while, so it's fantastic. And hope to see you at an upcoming event sometime soon. And in the meantime, take care of yourself. If you can help someone else as well, help them and have fun.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thanks for coming.